Good evening. The damage resulting from China Coast Guard's violent encounter with Philippine Navy personnel in the West Philippine Sea amounts to 60 million pesos. In a press conference, Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief General Romeo Bronner Jr. says China should pay for the damages they caused.
When we estimated the cost of the damage, it's 60 million pesos. 60 million pesos. So we are demanding that China pay 60 million pesos for the damage that they caused.
On June 17, bolo-wielding China Coast Guard personnel rammed, towed, and even boarded Philippine Navy boats during the resupply mission for the BRP Sierra Madre in Ayungin Shoal. The act led to what Bronner previously deemed as looting of 7 firearms and the destruction of 2 Navy boats. The incident also resulted in a Philippine Navy sailor losing a finger. According to Bronner, the AFP is also considering charging China for the injured Philippine Navy sailor's operation.
We are also looking into the possibility of charging them with the cost of restructuring the hand of CSN-1 Facundo. Kasi mag-ooperahan po siya Operahan para bumalik yung function ng kanyang kamay.
Senator Nancy Binay is considering filing a complaint against Senator Alan Peter Cayetano at the Chamber's Ethics Committee after their clash during the inquiry into this new Senate building. In a radio interview, Binay says her legal team will study if there is a need to file an ethics complaint over Cayetano's remarks. She also expresses her surprise over Cayetano's behavior during the hearing as she considers him to be her senior based on their number of years as lawmakers. This comes after the 2 senators traded barbs during the July 3 hearing on the allegedly ballooning cost of the new Senate building. Cayetano insisted that the building's cost would total a whooping 23 billion pesos. He had also accused Binay of disrupting the hearing and called her marites, a term widely used in the Philippines to describe gossip mongers. The heated exchange resulted in name-calling, personal attacks, and accusations, including claims that Binay is providing questions to media personnel to discredit her fellow senators. Binay walked out of the hearing after she convinced the Department of Public Works and Highways to admit that the new Senate building would only cost 21 billion pesos. The powerful U.S. mid-range missile system used in joint military exercises remains in the Philippines but will be shipped out of the country this September, according to a Philippine military official. In a message to the Inquirer, Philippine Army spokesperson Colonel Louis de Maala says the mid-range capability system is still in the country as it was used during the last training with the Army Artillery Regiment on June 27. De Maala points out that the capability was used only for training purposes. He adds that the ground-based missile system is at an undisclosed area in northern Luzon. The mid-range capability system was used during the Balikatan War Games conducted by the Philippines and the United States from April to May, and during the Salaknib, another annual exercise between the armies of the security allies. The missile system arrived in the country on April 11. In a statement in May, China's Defense Minister Ku Qian said the United States and the Philippines brought huge risks of war into the region with the deployment of the missile system in the country. Government debt rises to 15.35 trillion pesos as of end May, mainly due to the weakening of the peso against the greenback. According to the Bureau of the Treasury, total state obligations increased by 330.39 billion pesos in May, up by 2.2% from April. Compared with a year ago, the debt load went up by 8.4% or an additional 1.193 trillion peso debt in May. The Bureau of the Treasury attributes the higher debt due to the impact of local currency depreciation. The peso weakened by 94 centavos to 58 and 52 centavos as of end May from 57 pesos and 58 centavos seen in end April. Since the beginning of the year, total liabilities have accumulated by 5%. The Department of Budget and Management will be releasing the remaining 27 billion peso COVID-19 health emergency allowances for eligible healthcare workers on Friday, July 5. The DBM's announcement comes shortly after Health Secretary Ted Herbosa said Budget Secretary Amena Pangandaman committed to releasing the remaining funding for health emergency allowances within the year. Under Republic Act number 11712, health workers who responded during a state of public health emergency shall be granted health emergency allowances for every month of service. This ranges from 3,000 pesos for workers deployed in low-risk areas to 9,000 pesos for those deployed in high-risk areas. The same measure also states the monthly release of health emergency allowances, but the government has only started completing it 4 years after the COVID-19 virus first hit the country in March 2020. These are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.